Hello everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about the syntaxes of the JavaScript. See here, in the previous class we have covered the overview of JavaScript, differences between Java and JavaScript, uses of JavaScript, object orientation and JavaScript we have covered in the previous class. In today's session we will discuss about the general syntactic characteristics of JavaScript. See here, JavaScript code can be written in a script tag. See here, we are going to use the script tag. In between the script tag we are going to write the JavaScript. Here within the script tag we are going to use two attributes. One is a type attribute and another is a src attribute. Here the type attribute of a script tag must be set to text/javascript, because here we are going to include only text. That's why we are going to mention the type is text of JavaScript. The JavaScript script can be indirectly embedded in an HTML document using the src attribute of a script tag. See here, by using the src attribute value, this denotes the name of a file that contains the script. Here the src attribute value is the name of a file that contains the script. By using this name of the file we are going to embed this with the XHTML document. Note that here the script element requires this closing tag. Compulsory we need the closing tag here. Even though the src attribute does not contain any file name, then also we are going to include the closing tag here. The closing tag is compulsory. You can see the example here. In the example you can see here we have mentioned the script type as text/javascript and src is equals to number.js, means here number is the name of a JavaScript file, .js is the extension of the JavaScript file, and write the code and close the JavaScript with the /script tag. Next, the JavaScript identifiers or names are similar to those of the common programming languages. They must begin with a letter or an underscore, or you can include the $sign for identifiers or the names. Subsequent characters means apart from the starting character, the subsequent characters may include the letters, underscores, $signs or digits. There is no length limitation for identifiers here. You can include any length of identifiers, as is the case of most similar to the C or C++ language. Here a variable name in JavaScript is case sensitive. Therefore here capital letters and a combination of lowercase as well as capital letters are different here. Therefore it is a case sensitive. And reserved words, see here reserved words are the keywords. JavaScript contains many reserved words, for example break, delete, function, if, do, else, finally, for, this, try. Like this it contains the many reserved words. And how we are going to insert the comments in JavaScript? If you want to insert the single line comments, you can include the double slashes, and if you want to include the multi-line comments, then you need to use /* and you have to write the comment, then close the comment line with the */. Like this you have to include the multi-line comments in JavaScript. Then the next point is primitives, operations and expressions. This is very important and it's important for 10 marks. Within this, the first point is primitives. What is meant by a primitive type? Non-object types are called as the primitive types. Remember here, non-object types or non-object data types are called as a primitive types. Here JavaScript has the 5 primitive types. Those are number, string, boolean, undefined and null. These are the total 5 primitive types of a JavaScript. All primitive values have one of these types, means whatever you take, all the primitive values are one of these: number, string, boolean, undefined and null types. JavaScript includes predefined objects that are closely related to the number, string and boolean types, number, string, etc. These objects are called as wrapper objects because these are predefined objects. That's why these are called as the wrapper objects. Each contains, means each wrapper object contains a property that stores a value of the corresponding primitive type. Here it contains the value of the corresponding primitive type. Now we will see the difference between primitive type and the object type. You can see the diagram. See here in this diagram we are going to use a prim is a primitive variable. Prim is a variable name which denotes a primitive variable. Its value is 17, and obj is a number object whose property value is 17. This we are going to show in this diagram. You can see the diagram here. Non-heap memory. Within the non-heap memory we are going to include primitive value as 17, and object is pointing to heap memory. Their object value is 17. Like this we can difference the primitive as well as object, the difference in between primitive and object. Now we'll see the next point, that is numeric and string literals. All numeric literals are values of type number. All numeric literals are values of type number. The numeric values of JavaScript are presented internally in double precision floating point. Means 2 precision floating point we are going to use for representing the numeric values in JavaScript. Because of the single numeric data type, numeric values in JavaScript are also called as the numbers. Literal numbers in JavaScript can have 2 forms. One is the integer values and another is a floating point values. If you are using the integer literals are the strings of digits. Integer literals are the strings of digits. Floating point literals can have the decimal points or exponents, both. Exponents are specified with an uppercase or lowercase e. See here, you can specify the exponents either by using the capital letter E or by using the lowercase letter e. You can see the example in the example 72 7.2. 0.72, 72.7 e2, 7 lowercase e2, 7.e2, then 7.e2 minus 2. These all are valid one. These all are the valid examples for the numeric, that is numeric literal. Integer literals can be written in hexadecimal form by preceding their first digit either with the 0x or 0 capital X. You can use either lowercase x or capital X. A string literal is a sequence of 0 or more characters, and we are going to delimit it with either single quote or double quote. See here, a string literal means a string is a sequence of 0 or more characters. That's why we are going to include it in either single quote or the double quotes. If you are specifying the null string, then we are going to represent it with the empty quotes. You can see in the slide. And if you want to define the single quote within your programs, here if you want an actual single quote character in a string literal that should be delimited by a single quotes, here you have to embed that with the backslash. You have to precede that with the backslash. You can see here in the last example we have used "you are welcome to 6th semester." After you I need one apostrophe, that's why I have used backslash, then only it's going to be displayed the apostrophe there. That's why we need to use the backslash if you want to print a single quote, or if you want to print a backslash itself, then use a double backslashes, then only it's going to print the output. Now the next point is other primitive types. There are different primitive types are also available. Those are null primitive types, undefined primitive types, then Boolean primitive types. First we will see what is the null primitive type. The only value of type null is the reserved word null. It indicates no value. Null means no value. A variable is null means if it has not been explicitly declared or assigned a value. If you are using a null means we are not going to declare any value explicitly. Next one is undefined. The only value of type undefined is undefined. See here, the null primitive type is a reserved word, but undefined is not a reserved word here. Undefined is not a reserved word. If a variable has been explicitly declared as undefined but not assigned a value, see here, if a variable has been explicitly declared, you have declared a variable but not assigned a value, then we can say it as a undefined. Value is undefined. Next, third one is boolean. The only values of type boolean are true or false, true and false. These values are usually computed as the result of evaluating a relational or boolean expression. This is about primitive values. In the next class, we will see how to declare the variables. Thank you.